Medi Hassan did the Jubilee, I guess, roundtable surrounded kind of podcast. Let's see the types of things that he dealt with.
I'm in a room full of, I don't know what to call you anymore. Conservatives, Republicans, fascists, I don't know. Are your parents Americans or immigrants?
No, my parents are United States citizens.
But they're immigrants, you said.
No, they came here as immigrants. However, but
So they
I want
are
to make the
immigrants.
claim that we cannot
I came here as an immigrant, I'm an immigrant.
But at this point, when they came, the United
People
States
aren't happy with the way this is going. First, fourth, fifth, 14th, 22nd amendments. Those are my amendments that I came with today. If you don't want to debate them, just say so.
Are you supporting like raping innocent women? Nuns, dude. Killing priests? I mean, priests don't brandish guns and kill people.
You just refuse to condemn the Nazi Holocaust, my friend. I don't think you're in a position to ask anyone any questions.
I said that one pardon against somebody.
It was 1,600 pardons. 600 of those were people charged
one
with...
example that you just gave me.
I can give you more. Should I keep going?
Fine.
Shane
And I'll say the exact same thing every single time.
Then your argument will fall apart. When was the Islamic Republic of Iran founded?
1979.
When was Gaza occupied by Israel?
Well, the very first time.
67,
yes.
So, can we do the maths together? 12 years before the Islamic Republic of Iran existed, Israel was oppressing, occupying, dispossessing the people of Gaza. So your argument makes no sense. Neither of us are economists. It's the economist studies.
Don't assume who I am.
Are you an economist?
I could be.
But are you?
I could be.
Are you?
I'm not going to tell you.
Are you?
I'm going to major in economics, right?
Are you an economist?
No, not right now.
Okay, so when I said neither is economist, I was correct. Everyone here uses an iPhone designed by an immigrant, is on Gmail designed by an immigrant, is on a YouTube show.
But
you
this
guys all came to a YouTube show founded by an immigrant. You wouldn't
Fair
be
point,
here.
but that's
if it
a
wasn't for
tiny
an immigrant.
minority.
So you all love immigrants, whether you like it or not. We're not going to reach a common ground because you said I'm not American.
Please try.
I don't think you're American.
I'm saying you're not.
I don't think you're American.
I'm saying you're not American due to values.
I don't think you're not American on values either. I think you're a little fascisty, a little racisty. I'm an American citizen. I went through lots of vetting. I took my test.
And that's how
the guy
it
over
should
there
be.
wants us to leave.
But
he wants us to leave.
When people,
so people don't really care about vetting, do they?
But
it's not really about vetting, is it, my friend?
But people should not have
You're in
the
denial.
right.
You got rid of an American citizen from the country without process.
So
That's the Fifth Amendment violation.
Since I'm not up to date on that specific
I'll give you more.
I'm sure you can. So,
well, you weren't aware that American citizens are being deported. It's a pretty big story.
Yeah, the
maybe if you read the fake news, you might know.
I don't think I'm doing
Is this how
as
you
bad.
get rounds of applause? You sit in a room with 20 people who agree with you. Wow, amazing. Amazing. That
Well,
must
wait
make you
till
feel
this comes
good.
out.
We should be nicer to you, otherwise you'll deport us. What a great argument. This is the free speech debate camp. It's not your country, my friend. It's our country, whether you like it or not.
That was like one of those teasers where he jumps around and talks to many of the folks, and you see the over talking and the debate back and forth. But they also did post significant portions of these back and forths with these folks. So you can actually see some of the things they did say. So it doesn't seem like Mehdi Hassan was just, bullying folks with all those, facts. Really, really fast. We're going to go to the rest of these. But this is a prime example of why I despise debates. They're not debates. A debate, in my mind, was before where two people are going to debate a topic about something, and afterwards we discover that someone has more information or their argument is based in more information, and those reality-based arguments are the ones that win. And therefore, after that, what you would think in a political atmosphere, after those facts are adjudicated and someone wins that debate, that we generally go in the direction of the thing that makes more sense. We don't do that here. We have debates so that we can somehow prop up, your presence online, or get crazy people like this to then say their points, which many times mean nothing. And in our current atmosphere, so many of the folks that follow Donald Trump don't know what he's doing, don't know what he's said, don't understand how his policies implemented, how they'll destroy the country. So a lot of times it's based in emotion. And then when facts are presented to that emotion, they just scoff and get mad or do something else, or call names, which our president does on a regular basis. So debates don't do anything because we're not taking them seriously as some kind of vehicle to get to information that even if you disagreed with it before, you can change your mind. We don't do that in this country. Here's a prime example, because as I've said before many times, why would we debate fascists about whether or not they're fascists? They know they're fascists. Why am I trying to convince them of the fact that they know their purpose is to hide that long enough to implement enough of their fascist ideologies that it destroys the country and makes it a little bit more fascist? Here's one of those fascists.
I don't, in a state that I was running, I wouldn't want to hurt you or anything like that. But quite frankly,
I don't debate fascists.
Okay. So do you concede then? I mean, why?
Do I concede you're a fascist who won't condemn the Nazis?
Yeah.
Yes, I concede that.
Okay, great. So I mean, what are we doing here? Because I mean, you just seem offended.
What you're doing here,
you just seem offended, to be quite frankly. Like,
I'm offended by people who can't condemn the Nazis. Yes, I am.
Okay. Well, I condemn the evils that they did, but I don't really
Against
care
the
about
Jews?
being. Yeah, sure. I don't care about being called a Nazi.
Sure.
Is the whole thing.
I never called you a Nazi.
I care
You
about
called
doing
yourself
the right
a Nazi,
thing.
a fascist, and a General Franco
Well,
supporter.
yeah, I am a General Franco supporter. He was awesome. He was so super cool, quite frankly. Because the whole
And
thing.
you don't believe in democracy.
I don't believe in
What
democracy.
are you doing here at a televised debate?
Because,
This is democracy. Don't want to debate and disagreement.
Because it is the means to support an end. The reason we have free speech now is because we want to be openly talking about our opinions so we can get the state that we want. But it doesn't mean
This is
upholding
great.
free speech after we win.
I
mentioned
the only good thing about this fascist moment
the
we're in
whole
is
reason
that you guys are so open about it.
the
It's
whole
great.
reason
Say
I
the
mentioned
quiet part loud.
the
Keep saying
whole
it.
reason I mentioned Carl Schmitt earlier, and you kind of blew past him, is the friend-enemy distinction.
past him because of the Nazi
even
point.
liberals, when they take power, they want to enact policies and they want to enact protections for their people and their ideas, and they're willing to punish their enemy. And so I'm the same way. I'm like, hey, if you're going to punish me, I'm going to get in power, and I'm going to frankly punish you when you try to leverage power against me. Just that simple.
I'm not sure what you want to say.
Hey, it is what it is.
All right. Pause. You've been voted out by the majority. Please return to your seat.
It's a pleasure to meet you, sir.
I can't say the same, but thank you.
That's where you get when you debate fascists. They admit eventually this guy was one of the few who will admit, yeah, I'm a fascist. I don't agree with a democracy. I don't agree with what we say this country has always been. So yeah, because the thought process is that the enemy that they see is anyone who wants to actually implement policies that help the country because we pay taxes for that purpose of advancing. So because he thinks that they're out to get him by implementing policies that don't automatically make him a superior being above anyone else, because that's how entitled a-holes like him work. Because when they get in power, they look to suppress other people. That's how they think government is supposed to work, because he's a fascist, as he admitted to. Here's that, there was another highlight of it. There was one young woman who was talking about immigration, and there's a bit of a twist in the way that she thinks immigration works when it's her versus any other immigrants.
I'm an immigrant and an American, and I employ many American citizens, both naturalized and the ones born here. I employ Americans.
My parents came
Americans as defined by you.
My parents came as immigrants and became naturalized, so I'm not necessarily opposed to immigrants.
So you're the child of immigrants.
Correct. I'm a child of immigrants. I was born
But you don't
here.
accept that immigrants are Americans.
Not at this moment.
So your parents are not Americans.
Not at this moment.
So hold
no,
on, your parents are
they're
not Americans.
citizens. They became naturalized.
You just said you can't be citizens by being naturalized.
No, I was born here, and I'm not
Yeah, you're
opposed
born
to
here, right?
naturalization. I
But
never
are your
said that I'm against
parents-
naturalization.
Are you against naturalization?
No, I never said I was against
You did.
naturalization.
You began. Everyone was here. They can play it back on YouTube. You said Americans or immigrants. Are your parents Americans or immigrants?
No, my parents are United States citizens.
But they're immigrants, you said.
No, they came here as immigrants. However, but
So they
I want
are
to make the
immigrants.
claim that we cannot
I came here as an immigrant. I'm
but
an immigrant.
at this point, when they came, the
I
United
think that
the
people
United
aren't
States
happy with the way
economy,
this is going for you.
the United States economy was not at.
It's better now. The American economy is better than it's been
Not
for
from
many
the-
years.
not from the
And I can say
statistics
that
I
as
see.
someone who
We
doesn't
have-
like Donald Trump.
We're
Which
giving
statistics are you
millions
seeing?
and billions of dollars
Which
to
statistics
people
are you
of
seeing?
minorities as well as
The reason the
immigrants
economy is doing badly now is
that
because
we
Donald
can't-
Trump's
that we're giving
tariff
it to
policy.
loans. We can't
Nothing
even
to do
get
with
businesses.
migrants. In fact, the
They can't
congressional.
even start businesses.
I'm an immigrant. I started a business. In
No,
fact,
I
in
understand
fact,
because the SBA
immigrants
is
are-
giving people
immigrants-
billions
I didn't
of
take any
loans.
loans
They're giving
from
them
SBA.
billions.
I didn't take any loans
I'm not
from
saying
SBA.
you did, but I'm
Okay, well,
saying
I'm
that
saying I did.
statistically speaking, they're giving billions of
So
loans
should we
to
do
these people.
statistics? According to statistics, immigrants are 80% more likely to be entrepreneurs than native-born Americans.
Sure,
They're more likely
absolutely.
to start
No,
businesses
I'm aware of
and
that.
hire Americans.
No, I'm aware of
right?
that,
Immigrants
but
are
we
more
also-
likely to pay in taxes than
Yeah.
take out in benefits.
And
They're more likely to add to innovation and jobs and wages. This is what the statistics show. The Congressional Budget Office. Let me just finish my point and then let you come back in.
Okay, go ahead.
The Congressional Budget Office, which is bipartisan, Republicans and Democrats both use it. They have said that the immigration surge that you mentioned will lead to an extra $9 trillion of GDP over the next 10 years. That amounts to $65,000 per American household. That's $65,000 for each and every one of you holding up a red flag.
Okay, I
All
understand
right,
that, but
pause. You've been voted out by the majority. Please return to your
Nice
seat.
to meet you.
nice to meet you. Thank you.
People have very entrenched arguments and belief systems based off of what other folks have told them, to the degree they don't even know what their own life is. She admitted that her parents migrated here. She admitted that and said that they're different than other immigrants because they became naturalized, like many other naturalized citizens that immigrated here and then have been targeted because they're not as pale skinned as she is. So that's the basis of her belief system, that some immigrants are immigrants and other immigrants aren't immigrants, because the guy who rolled down the escalator in 2015 and said these brown immigrants are destroying the country, just like they've said since forever in this country, anyone with the wrong skin tone is the illegal, criminal, rapey, murderous type of person in this country. That's what they've always said. Listen to Stephen Miller's Nazi ass always say things like that. He's still saying that stuff. And enough people bought into it because there are enough people in this country that generally have a bigoted mindset, and their biases have them afraid of other folks because it was pumped in since the beginning of this country. That's what we were built on, bro.